Hey, thanks for tuning in to see what's happening in and around Grace Church. I want to just start by saying there's so much going on in and around the church that we can't always announce and say everything from on stage. And so we want to ask you to be faithful in paying attention to what's happening on the church website under the events tab, or to sign up for the weekly digital bulletin so that you can see what events are coming up, how you can be engaged, what to anticipate for the type of ministry that's happening in and around the church. And some of those include things like this coming Sunday, where many of you have gone out and you've purchased supplies for Operation Christmas Child, and we're going to have a shoebox packing party on Sunday after the service. And so we want to encourage you, if you're supposed to bring supplies, to bring those in this week so that they can be ready for Sunday, but also to come prepared to stay after church for a little while, to pack a few boxes, to pray over them, that the Lord would go before whoever receives that box, and that would be a gospel seed. It would be an opportunity for them to be invited into a relationship with Jesus from those who deliver the boxes. And so we want to pray that the Lord would go before us, and that this would be a meaningful way to not just meet the needs of kids around the world, but also to meet their needs spiritually, both physically and spiritually. We get to give a gift. We get to share the blessing that we've been blessed with. And so we want to invite you into that on Sunday after church. Also, coming up on Thursday of next week, we have the third part of the series from Revive Our Hearts Ministry for our women's ministry. And that's going to be held at Stacy Randall's Airbnb across the street from their home. And you can join there. They're going to be talking about what it means to endure suffering patiently. How do we biblically live this out where we're enduring before the Lord rightly when trials of life come our way? And then, thirdly, I want to just say to you, every year we do a Thanksgiving meal where we provide a meal for those in the community. So it's on November 28th from 11 o'clock to 2 p.m. And you can sign up online to serve at that meal so that we can bless our community. We want to be responsible for investing in our community, for planting seeds in our community, for meeting needs in our community. And there are many who come year after year who don't have a family to go to, who don't have a place to have fellowship for Thanksgiving. And this provides for them an area to connect, an area for community, an area to eat that Thanksgiving dinner. And so it's a beautiful opportunity where we as the church get to be the hands and feet for those who are neighbors, who are down the street, who are around the corner, and who we have no way of knowing ways that they've been disconnected over time. So we want to encourage you to sign up, to serve, to participate in the ministry as we move the mission forward and as we invest in our community for the sake of Christ's kingdom. With that in mind, if you were here with us on Sunday, we made an ask of the church that as a church we are in faith before the Lord, stepping out and asking for Him to provide financially. We have a vision for a youth pastor. We have a vision for marriage ministry. We have a vision for evangelism and how we want to do that going forward. And we want to invite the church into all of this. But in order to accomplish all of these areas of ministry, what we need on average is about $30 per household in increased giving. Basically, over the last few years, we've seen inflation rise and we've seen the church giving remain about the same. And so we're not trying to sell you on something, but rather we're trying to say we care about the youth of our community. We want to invest in them, and we want to be able to go out and hire someone who can be there specifically for them, leading them, guiding them through that season of life where there's so many variables, and to give them some stability so that they have a foundation to build on as they go off to college or as they enter into adulthood. And then as a church, we want to grow in how we minister to each other, how we protect our marriages, and how we're intentional in those spaces so that we can model for our community what healthy marriages look like. So, with that, we want to just invite you to pray, to consider how might the Lord be prompting and leading you in the area of giving towards the church to increase what you're giving. That this is something that we're stepping out in faith because we don't know how the Lord will provide, but we do believe that the Lord will provide and that we will be able to enter in to each of these. And we just want to ask you to join us as we try to move towards the Lord with our community in this way. Thanks for tuning in. We're excited to worship with you on Sunday and to see all that God's going to do through these varying avenues of ministry that are taking place here at Grace.